Hello, everybody.
Good morning. It is a lot harder to wake up little girls in summertime. A lot more challenging. So, that's what we're dealing with. But we got good books. We want to share some books with you. I'm going first, second, third. Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend already. I'll tell you, Reggie just dropped a video a little bit ago. Reggie collects Reggie Simmons IFBB Pro. He's been dropping videos like a beast. He is out of control. Comic book soldier indeed. I want to say 2 yesterday, 1 today. He's dropping videos like crazy. Kate wants to hit the like button real quick. We got a nice big chat going in here. 10 people already. Discovery Bay. I do not cut and paste the description. He's first in the chat, laughing at the joke I made just for him. So that's entertaining. There he is, moderator Sam. Gotta be here. Just a weekend. I hung out with Rod last night, and I'm going to hang out with Rod tonight. He's the man. Boy who had 7, good morning. Congrats on hitting 1,000, sir. And Grandmaster, good to have you in here. Let's see. Big Will has arrived. Mr. Miracle, hello, true believer. And let's see. JP is in here this morning. The Oblivion Bar, good to see you, Kali. I won one of their giveaways from the Oblivion Bar. So the good luck is back. Be ready. I won this slab a while back, like last year, I think. Yes, I am still alive, Chris Barrett. It was a late night. Mr. Garrell is here. Perry and Pop and Kennedy are in the chat. Good morning. And let's see here. Orchid Joseph. That's a new name. I like it. Good to see you in the chat. Chris Sherrick, good morning. So last night, if you didn't see it, I was on Perry Comics channel, and I was joined by the Triple Threat, and it was a whole lot of fun. I think it lasted for like 10, 12 hours. It was really epic. And I put the link to that video in the description for this video. Why? If you want to watch it, go for it. It's long, and if you're doing yard work and you want something to listen to, or if you're driving on a long summer vacation trip and you want something to listen to, it is hysterical and highly entertaining. But more importantly, here's what I'm asking. If you watch the show, awesome. We're educating Perry on movies. Please drop a comment on his video telling him a few movies he needs to watch to expand his knowledge in movies, right? He's a baby. He's a young guy. We want to expand his movie knowledge. So feel free to go onto that video, drop him a comment, and let him know about some movies he needs to watch, because I think the chat generally agreed Perry needs more movie knowledge. All right. Rican's like, I can't stop laughing. Opinions on the new Harley Quinn cartoon trailer. I haven't watched it, Grandmaster. That's a thing I'm going to have to check out. So I'm going first, sharing this morning, and I got a few different comics going on here. I'm going to start with one that I'm just reading this morning. That is Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. It's a 6-issue miniseries. There's 1, 2, 3, and then I just finished issue 4. It's Kitty Pryde and Wolverine in Japan, and Kitty Pryde becomes like a ninja. She gets brainwashed. This is like, yeah, this is her in like her like creepy demon costume right here. She like attacks Wolverine. That's what's going on right here. Fights Wolverine. All because of her dad, and his banking company has some bad connections to villains in Japan. It's like classic 80s comics, but it's written by Claremont. It's got some really fun art, and hey, it's Wolverine and Kitty Pryde in Japan, so I dug most of it. I like the matching robes. Where's mine? Yep, right. I think Kennedy's saying I need to get a purple robe. Be part of the gang here. They're all like, yeah, what's up? Purple robes for life. He should start with something mild about Clockwork Orange. Yeah, JP is still laughing about this quote from Perry last night. I love Eddie Murphy. What's Beverly Hills Cop? It was like, boom, laid me out. Laid me out. Perry needs to expand. Yeah, hey, this is where we help him. You jump on that video, leave him a comment. Ooh, Rod's going out with his wife. Say hello for us. We will enjoy our day as well. John is a superhero. I am? I didn't know that. I was not aware. Let's see. Kate is next. Oh, your mom said that? Yeah, I do. I would look good with a robe. Not Kennedy's like, I didn't say that. I don't care about costumes. Good morning to everybody. Carlito, good morning to you. All right. Charlie, you're next. What's your book? Charlie's asleep. She's like, I don't like to wake up on the weekends in the summer. Boo. You're not going to speak? You're silent today? Oh, stop it. What do we got here, Char?
We got Miraculous Origins.
Origins. My girls love Miraculous. The Ladybug
Cat Noir.
and Cat Noir. It's not Ladybug Girl, right? It's Ladybug and Cat Noir. You can't even see you. You're hiding. Come on back this way. So what's this one about?
I forget which story it is because there's a lot of ones.
It's their origin story.
So it's the original story,
the
how they get their
original one.
powers and stuff?
Yep.
I figured because it says Origins.
But in the
I didn't want to guess.
But when you're actually watching the show, the first one, the first episode isn't this book because they mixed it up on accident.
Oh, why
so
not?
the
What
first
happened?
one in the episodes is actually the sixth one. Bubbler.
The rumor that they said was that they had this episode idea, but they forgot about it. They did the other episodes and then did it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then they realized
So the
they did
show,
pretty
this
good,
is
so
following
they're
the
in
show.
sixth. Yeah, this is the sixth episode on the first season.
Yep.
Yeah, so for those that
Actually-
don't know, there is a Netflix series. It's like Japanese animation, but it takes place in Paris.
And it's French dubbed also.
Okay, but I mean,
But-
you can't tell because it's animated. It's in English when
Yeah.
you watch it. Yeah. Okay, so is the origin one of the good ones? One of the good stories? Who's your favorite character in this comic?
Tiki.
Who's Kiki?
Tiki and Plague.
Tiki and Plague?
Tiki?
No, that's not Tiki. Tiki and Plague.
Okay, so I'm going to point to them.
The Aquamis. That give them their
Tiki. Oh, because she
power.
likes the cute little pets, right? So there's Tiki and Plague. Plague is the cat thing, and Tiki is the ladybug thing.
They're called Kwamis.
Kwamis.
Who are Aquamis?
They're
Okay.
not called Kwamis.
Yeah, they
All right.
No, they're not.
Old Wolf said, "This is a great example. I try to stay consistent with this show and with book club and, and Unlimited, sure, if I can as well." Let's see. Got to go cleaning the house. Hialeah, bro. Yeah. That's when I put my earbuds in and I just put on somebody's video and I just go and listen to somebody's show, somebody's longer live stream that I might have missed. Whether I'm working in the yard or cleaning the house, for sure. They're not like other superheroes. Yes, you're right. I think Cat Noir and Ladybug are very different than most superheroes. All right, it's Kate's turn. Charlie's giving up.
Can I see the main idea of Miraculous though?
Of course you can. Go ahead. Your show. Go.
So basically there's a girl and a boy called Adrian and Marinette, and they go to the same school. Adrian's a model and his dad never goes out of the house since his mom went missing. So his butlers and his servants do stuff for him. And he has a huge room and a huge house, and he hates being alone in it. And his father never talks to him almost. So one day he is trying to escape to go to school because he can't go to school. And then this old man. He helps this old man, and old man gives him the ring that gives him his powers, but Adrian doesn't realize what it is
Gotcha.
because he slipped it into his bag or whatever. And then he did the same thing to Marinette, that old man named Mr. Chan.
Mr.
And then
Chan.
she got earrings that are red, that when she transforms into Ladybug, she has little dots on her earrings. And every few like minutes, I think, one of the things disappears, one of the dots, because it's telling her how much time she has left in her costume. And
Gotcha.
so for Ladybug, when she says spots on, her Kwame named Tiki goes inside her earrings. It's really weird, okay? And she gets a mask and her costume.
And she transforms. Okay.
Yeah. And her special power is she has a lucky charm that things that appear that have spots on them that she can make appear that usually help her.
Okay.
And when she gets them, she looks around and everything's gray, and then one thing turns red and it's telling her what to use, and then she's like, I've got it, and then she uses them and defeats the bad guy.
Right.
And she can capture the Akuma by capturing it and making the evil go out of it.
Yeah.
And then Cat Noir goes
He's your favorite cat. You like Cat Noir.
way more than Ladybug, yes. And he says claws out, and his thing goes in his ring, and then he turns into Cat Noir. And he has something that he says cataclysm, and if he whatever he touches with his hand, then he can destroy it.
That sounds pretty cool. It looks like Kennedy's a big fan too, because she's commenting about all the she's giving out spoilers for the villain and stuff. So shout out to Jabroni and Biggie Shaq who jumped in. They've been talking in the chat. Sorry I didn't say hi right away, guys. Had a great chat with Jabroni last night on Perry's channel. Those guys, the Triple Threat, are legit. They're awesome guys. Dave was talking about the Immortal Hulks here, and I'm sorry that the glare is pretty bad today. I didn't really spend much time on it, but I don't know that I'm going to get these just right for now. I'm just going to leave them. But yeah, I got some of my Immortal Hulks for the show I did with Perry the other day. Was it Thursday? I love these hangers, and they're really great. I pretty much just bought the modern size. They have Silver Age size. I just thought about it, and I thought, well, how often am I going to want to take my Silver Age comics out of their bags? And I don't. Whereas I've got plenty of modern books that aren't worth more than cover price, but I love the art on the cover, and I would love to display them and rotate them. So I bought 4 of these, and eventually my goal is to hang them so that I can, have them up in the background and change out the design whenever I want. I can't remember the price point, but they're part of that Max Pro Supplies. But there's a lot of companies that make similar designs. The idea is the front plastic piece, clicks off, and then there's a little indented space for a comic to rest inside of it and then be clicked in. But yeah, you got to take the comic out of the bag. But again, I have plenty of comics that are not worth very much, but I love the art on the cover or the book itself, and to display them and rotate them is awesome. And these are the UV protected version. There are a bunch that are UV protected, so you don't have to worry about sunlight on them. Although I would never put them in direct sunlight. I know that reflected light can be just as harmful. Noelle says, not Noelle. Kennedy says her favorite is Marionette.
Marinette.
Yeah, I would never put a Silver. I thought about it for a while, Chris Barrett, but then my realization was, why would I want to take my comic out of the bag? And they can't be in the bag and board and fit in here. So that was the deciding factor on just staying with the modern sized display cases.
Kennedy, you spelled it perfectly, except for you have an extra N in there.
Yeah, it's hard to spell these unusual French names, right?
Yes.
All right, so did Kate share her first book? No,
I didn't.
Waiting on Kate. TikTok.
I actually have 4 books I have to choose, but I'm going to do a Milo Xyloto. Number 6, the last issue, the second to last issue. We still don't have the last one. Can't find it. Okay.
We've been hunting for that one, right?
Yes.
Because we have all the other ones. It's a 6-issue storyline, and we have all of them except the last one. So yeah, this is a comic book from what's the company? It's called Bongo Comics, and it was inspired by Coldplay's album Milo Gelato, and so there's like references to Coldplay in the story on the front for the inside, but then it's a 6-issue story, and my shop has had them in the dollar bins, and my girls grabbed 1 through 5, and they've really enjoyed them.
It's basically about this boy named Milo, and he lives in a world where there's a color dimension and there's a black, like no color dimension.
Okay.
And in the color dimension, there's beautiful, like colorful painted walls. And then in his dimension, there's like gray. Everything's just gray, and it's really boring. And this is the bad guy that rules the gray dimension. Gray world. And Milo is pretending to be a gray one, but he's actually a colorful one because his parents were colorful and gray, and they mashed together. He was more colorful than them.
Gotcha. Oblivion Bar says that's his favorite album from the band Coldplay. Okay, cool. I think we've got most of them. My wife was a really big fan when they first started coming along, and she's got most all of those. Let's see here. Missed YouTube last night. What was worth catching up on? I have a link in the description, Dave, for Late Night with Perry Comics. It was Rod, Perry, Jabroni, and I thought it was a blast, but it's like 3 hours. It was legitimately 3 hours long. But I thought it was very funny, all over the place. A lot of talk about movies, TV series. I told an anecdote about rescuing Charlie from the ocean yesterday. She was a brave kid in the ocean, and I was doing my best David Hasselhoff impression. So good things to enjoy. Kennedy says she started buying comic books last week. So Noelle in the chat is a parent from my school where I work, and her daughter is in Charlie's grade, which means I'm going to be teaching her next year in September. So she comes on and watches the show, and they set up play dates with our girls to hang out. And she says she bought her first comic book last week. Well, congratulations.
What is it? What was it?
Ooh, yeah, what was it? John, it was off the rails. Yeah, it was definitely off the rails last night, but a whole lot of fun in my opinion. Let's see. Power Hour. I'm going to watch Power Hour later, Biggie Shack.
What's Power Hour?
That was one of the live streams that Biggie Shack does on Fridays. Jabroni's interview. Yeah, Tony Fett interviewed Jabroni yesterday, so you can check that out on Tony Fett's channel. Yeah, we did. We went for a legitimate 3 hours. It was insane. All right, I don't want to go for 3 hours. Charlie, what's your second book?
Big Nate Old Fashioned Wedgie, a good old fashioned wedgie.
This is a series called Big Nate, right? It's like a comic strip style.
Some of the comics. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Charlie.
A lot of I like it because it has like really funny jokes in it. Like in him, like Nate likes to play baseball, and his gramps, which is his grandpa, comes over to his house, and he's always driving him crazy. So what happens is, while he's doing baseball, he says, "This one's for you, Gramps," and then it hits him in the head.
Nice.
And he didn't actually get to hit the ball. And then at one point, he was going to do this really epic save. He caught it in the air and then slid. And then the news person took a picture, and it looked behind himself because everyone was laughing. And his pants got pulled down when he slid across the grass. It was in the newspaper. He was so mad.
But these are funny books, right? There's a whole bunch of them, right? There's a whole bunch of Big Nate books. So Kennedy says she bought a Spider-Man Miss Marvel team-up comic book. That sounds really good. Somebody was asking if I'm teaching Charlie next year. No, I'm not brave enough for that. We have another third grade at one of our other campuses, and so Charlie will now be graduating to the next campus at our school. I know she's a little bummed. She's gonna miss her friends for sure, but clearly not me.
This is every day.
And I missed somebody else's comment about the Comic Core. They had on their show last night. The winners were announced for their contest. Bear Island won the grand prize. Caleb was in second, and there was a third and fourth prize, and I can't remember what they all are, but I hope that means that a lot of those gentlemen will get to go to the Baltimore Comic Convention and enjoy that experience, and that the Comic Core will be picking up at least some or all of the tab for those people
Dad.
joining.
Can I just say my last book?
No, it's my turn. You interrupter.
Wait, no, it'll be Kate's.
It's my turn. Wait,
You.
did we skip me?
Me, Kate.
I think we skipped me.
How many books do you have?
I'll tell you what, we'll skip me, we'll go to Kate, and I'll do only one at the very end. All right. What's your second book, Caters?
My second book is Part 4, Infinite Gem and the Holograms. And it is, like I said, it's a Part 4.
Okay.
And we have the issue before this.
Yeah, we love these Gem and the Misfits, Gem and the Holograms.
And I got all
books.
of them.
You like grabbing them. Sister likes grabbing them. There's a whole bunch that we have. What is good about this issue?
They go into an alternate, like another world almost. It's very confusing.
Okay.
And in the other world, one of the band members of the Holograms and one of the Misfits are playing together, and the other Misfits and Holograms are not alive anymore. So that's like the main
Storyline.
thing I was
Good eyebrows you're
confused
doing
about.
there. Look at that eyebrow raise. Womp womp.
I can't do it very well.
You did a great job. That was amazing. That was a wonderful eyebrow raise.
Have you seen
Sam,
the
I don't
Lost?
understand your question. Your question is simply who? Unless you're saying what? Green Heart? I don't know. There was a 3-way tie for third and fourth place. Oops, sorry, bonk. So that'd be awesome to see those guys, Adam and Caleb, there at Baltimore, making it to Baltimore.
Kay says it was
Hanging
really
with Bake the
good.
Snake would definitely be a hoot. Absolutely. So, Kate, how does this one compare to the other Gem and the Holograms? Is it better than, the same as? What's your feeling?
I think it's not as good. Because it's really not like... It doesn't make a whole bunch of sense.
No, not your favorite in the series. Issue 15 of
No,
Gem.
this one.
No, sorry.
2.
Issue 2. Thumbs down.
Even though it's Part 4.
Okay. Issue 2, Part 4. Oh, maybe the story is like 2 of them are in Gem and the Holograms, and 2 of the issues are Gem and the Misfits. You know, they cross. It's called a crossover.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, maybe. They're announcing the 3rd and 4th winners today. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Chris. Sorry, I didn't quite understand. I didn't watch the Comic Core. I was there for the beginning, but then I was getting dinner and eating and stuff because I knew in an hour I was going to be on with Perry. And you got to be ready. You don't know how long late night's going to go. You got to just be ready for it. All right. Do you want me to go last, girls, or do you want me to go now?
No.
I want to go.
You want to go now? Do it. Charlie's going to do her 3rd book. Here we go. What is it?
It is Jedi Academy, The Principal Strikes Back.
Charlie is on Star Wars theme. Hold it up. The Jedi Academy. This is a fun series. If you've got kids or if you're buying for nieces and nephews or whatever, the Jedi Academy is a lot of fun. It's done with both comic strip style pages,
Bye, Papa.
but then also other pages mixed in with writing on them. It's just a whole lot of fun.
And there was a really good twist at the end.
And there's a lot of them. There's a whole bunch. You can even buy, I'm sure.
There's only 3.
I'm sure they sell this is the Principal Strikes Back storyline, right?
No. Okay. So, sorry.
There are a lot
there
of different
is-
Jedi Academies.
Charlie's. There is an issue. There are 3 books by another person. And then this guy, Jared Kruskoska, I can't spell that.
Okay.
Say that. So then he asked if he could continue it in a different storyline, and one of the characters from the other storyline appears in the first book of this one, or first book of this series. There's 3 in this series.
Gotcha.
And then this guy named Victor's sister,
The guy in the middle there.
also has a 2-book series that I
Gotcha.
put on my wish list always.
Yep.
So there's plenty of books in the Jedi Academy saga. Different
Yeah.
writers.
Like the other book, instead of Victor being the main character, it is Ronan or Rowan.
Rowan.
Rowan and
Rowan,
then
it's
Gianna.
Rowan.
And I think there is someone like in here. There's a boy named Cole. And I think there is someone who's a similar friend to Rowan that kind of looks like Cole.
Pasha.
Yeah, Pasha.
Chris Barrett, I honestly believe that I have 4th billing on my channel because generally the rule is tied for first place and then Alec and then me. I'm the fourth most interesting person on my own channel. But again, if you've got kids and you're buying for them and they like Star Wars even a little bit, this is a phenomenal series. It's a lot of fun, and they usually, I've very rarely had kids be disappointed by Jedi Academy. A lot of fun. Good pick, Charlie.
I have the 1st and 2nd, and I got that book from the library.
The 3rd book in that storyline.
That one?
Uh-huh.
Because I've been searching for that for so long because I saw it the other day in a catalog for Scholastic,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh, that's the next book in the series. I want to read it." And then I saw it the other day. I was like, "Yes!" And I put it on my wish list.
Gotcha.
Also,
So it looks like people are saying that. Let's see, what is it? Oh my goodness, lots of stuff I missed here. There's a 3-way tie for 3rd and 4th, and that I might need to break the tie, be a tiebreaker. I don't know that I legally can vote because I'm not one of the OG Comic Core members, but I'll check with Chad. Happy to throw my vote in. What? What did I miss? The green heart. That's for Sam's Tangled Web.
What?
Yep. Send green hearts for Sam. Always good green hearts for
What?
Sam. I think so. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I missed some stuff here.
We got some.
Oh, Kennedy said she's going to a Harry Potter thing at the library today. That sounds like fun. We don't have any Gwenpool, Biggie. I don't know that they've read any Gwenpool.
We have.
You've read a Gwenpool?
We borrowed some from the library one time, and it's
Okay.
in X-23.
Oh yeah, she does show up in X-23.
Dad.
You're right. What? 5th, John. Because what was it? The pup is 4th. There's a pup.
Look
don't
at
remember
all
the
the
pup.
hearts.
Yep. See, look at
What?
all the love from Mr.
What?
Sam.
What?
Sam's
What?
Tangled
What?
Web is the best.
What?
Oh, Kate's actually looking at the TV.
Biggie Shack won a sketch from JP. Dang, Biggie Shack, he's got all the luck right now. That's awesome. I like a couple of John's books better than John. Says Biggie. Hey, die number 1.
No.
I just bought. You know what? Maybe Kate can go grab it for me. I think it's right over there somewhere. You'll see.
Watchmen.
It's underneath that is Die, a big book. It's got like a black cover. You see it? And come on, just look around a little bit, see if you can find it. Do your best. I just bought a trade for Die. It's got like, the whole 5 issues, but I bought it from someone back east. We're gonna watch Kate look. She's notoriously a bad looker, just like me. Like we can't find stuff when it's right in front of our eyes. Struggle.
Oh,
Hey, look, success.
Karma.
Karma? I don't know if that's karma. So this is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive trade for Die. And there's a friend on Instagram selling these, and he bought a bunch, and they're cover price. So $9.99 is what he was charging for this trade. And there's only 1,500. It was limited to 1,500 San Diego Comic-Con style. I dug the cover style. And so I bought this. It was my first time buying the trade for Die, and I really dug it. That's the one. Hold on. I wanted to read what he's saying. The PX exclusive second print Die trade is so gorgeous. Okay, that's the one. So this is the one he's talking about. And this one's got the PX previews exclusive San Diego Comic-Con one. YouTube is 90. Chad is here. Hello, brother. Let's see. Yeah, I honestly, there are many times when I'm looking. Kate and I have the same issue. All right, you got to share your last book. So you need to be the last book to share here. I'm gonna grab my cup of tea. Not a coffee drinker usually. I'm doing my tea, but I'm here. It's happening.
Can you go, please? I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Grandmaster is in Bosnia, and it's 5 p.m. So he's doing it's dinner here there, and it's breakfast here. That is I will say, one of the fun things about doing an early morning live stream, and there's not a lot of people that do like morning live streams like this. I get a very different crowd hanging out in the chat because there's a lot of people that either are in other countries, like every once in a while McD will be in here and stuff like that, because their time zones fit better for a show like this. So welcome, Grandmaster.
Okay. This is Dark Jam Part 5. And
I'm waiting for you. I'm listening.
so in it, there's a flashback at the beginning of when Jem was a little girl. And does everyone know the story of Jem? Because there's a
A
girl
lot of these folks grew up
named Jem.
around the same time as me and knew the cartoon show in the 80s called Jem and the Holograms. And so they know that show a little bit.
Okay.
She's like a rock star, but that's like her secret identity almost.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so in the previous book that we have, she Jerica, which is Jem, is Jem's secret identity, or Jerica's secret identity from Jem. And so basically they got there's this evil person that's making them go like nuts. So Synergy put them to sleep. And then so the Jem songs are making them, someone put something in the Jem song, so when they listen to them, they go like, they don't feel good and they go crazy and stuff. It's really weird. And so 2 of the misfits become like that, and then they become normal again. And then Pizzazz shows up again.
She's the villain, right?
No.
No?
She's the leader of the misfits.
Oh, okay.
Her name's Phyllis, but everyone calls her
Phyllis?
Pizzazz.
Her name is Phyllis.
Her real name's Phyllis.
And a voodoo woman named Phyllis. Anybody know that movie reference? It came up on Perry's show last night. I want to shout out some people. Yes, JP, I did call a bunch of you old, and I got that all night last night, and it's a dream. I'm living the dream. Boy who had 7s in the chat, hello. I got to ask, I'm hoping Biggie Shack is still in the chat. Biggie, have you read Die, and do you have the trade for Die?
Yeah.
Do you have any of the, I know you have the Great Slab, but do you have any of the trades? Have you bought the trade? Have you bought the issues to read? Just a question.
Her name's Phyllis Gabor.
Gaber, okay.
Gabor.
Okay.
That's right. And then Phyllis.
And shout out to Biggie Shack, who said she's truly outrageous, because that was the song. Jen, she's truly outrageous. It was like the theme song. I'll play the theme song for you at some point. All right, so Biggie Shack, then you are also on the potential for the AOK book club that Perry and I are doing, because Perry and I both have Die, and we've read it. Well, he's going to read it after he gets through the first 5 pages. And it's possible that Biggie Shack would be a person that maybe we gift you a trade for a Die, and then we can all hang out and read it, discuss it together at some point. So just keep that in mind at some point. You don't need to rush out and buy the trade, Biggie. We might have you AOKing that here soon.
Where?
There it is. Caleb with the water boy. That's it. Yeah. Big city living and a voodoo woman named Phyllis.
I don't remember.
I have now
that,
2
that
loves.
one.
I have now 2 loves in my life. Big city living and a voodoo woman named Phyllis.
Vicky Valancourt, right?
Vicky Valancourt. See, look, dude, she knows. She knows.
And then Mama cooks gators one time.
Yep. Sorry. Question, John. When do you start sharing comics or reading with your kids? I just started. When did I do that? My girls, I mean, I'm a teacher, so I've been reading to my girls at night since they were too young to even understand words. My girls and books have been a bedtime, nighttime thing forever. And it wasn't a lot of comic books at the beginning. It was mostly chapter books, and there would be picture books and children's books and things like that.
Like Junie B. Jones was one we always
Yeah.
read when we were little.
Yeah. And they, because of that, I firmly believe they have always been amazing readers, way ahead of grade levels expectations for kids. I just think the best thing you could do for little kids is just read with them and read with them and read. It doesn't matter what it is. A lot of different readings. In fact, we were talking about that with Perry last night in our 3-hour show. That reading, whatever it is, you want to make kids interested. And Perry talked about finding comic books and having teachers tell him it's a bad thing, and that was a bad teacher move right there. And I had, my best friend had dyslexia when we were growing up, and still does. And comic books were so valuable for him. So just read with them, read lots of different things. I was always talking about comic books with my girls. They knew who superheroes were. We bought those like encyclopedias. Kate loves the superhero encyclopedias, DC and Marvel. Read them through. Oh, we've got tons of them. We got like 4 or 5 of them, right?
And I got one at a book fair one time.
Yeah.
And
Sorry. Go ahead. What?
Look at Caleb's thingy.
What is Caleb saying? Mickey Valancourt. Yep. And I like them too. Yep.
Caleb. Just like
Yep. It's true. We can all understand. See, she laughs. But I think just read a lot, read often, read a lot of different things. And then little by little, they started finding what they liked. And then they started going with me to the comic book shop, and I would let them buy dollar bin books, and they could pick the stuff they wanted to read.
Also, does no one... Do you...
What?
Caleb?
Chad's got a baby coming.
What?
February 2020. Dropping the knowledge in the chat there. True first appearance coming February 2020. Congrats, sir. That's huge news. That is exciting. Oh my gosh. I started regular books when she was like 1. Just started comics recommendations for her. She's 4.
Well, 90. That's so cute.
I know that most of the time kids like stories with their own gender as the lead character. So my girls generally like, Batgirl, Starfire, Captain Marvel, the Carol Danvers version. Those are good entry points, but it's not as simple. Kate likes X-Men. She likes Cyclops. I think you find your foot in the door and you go from there. It depends on what you want them to get out of it and what you want them to enjoy. At 4, she's pretty young. It's possible something simple like even Calvin and Hobbes is a great one. My girls both love Calvin and Hobbes. It's funny. It's a kid, and it's like a comic book. You get used to the panels and reading across. And of course, who doesn't like Calvin and Hobbes? It's phenomenal.
It's so good.
What better place to drop the news? Dude, that is serious. And you came here to do it? Man, I'm blowing my mind right now.
What
Cyclops
happened?
worst X-Men. JP's bringing his hate in. Don't just ignore him. Kate, that's Kate's favorite X-Men, I think. Is it? No, is he your favorite? I know you like Jean Grey a lot too.
That's me.
She likes Jean Grey a lot.
Who else do you like? Who else do you like?
Cyclops.
She just likes Cyclops. That's it.
I like Phoenix, even Dark Phoenix.
Jean Grey as Phoenix and Miss Marvel.
You haven't seen Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, I have.
That's so cool though, bud. Comics Addiction said his son is 3, and I read everything sharks. You'll find what their interest is, and then you just build on it. Yeah, Bubba.
Why were you guys saying a perfect place to break the news?
Chad came to our channel, the Comics with Kids Saturday morning kids show, to tell people that he's having a kid.
I thought he was having 2.
He's having 2? Don't tell him he's having twins.
Is he having twins?
No.
This is Chad 90 miles from comics. You're thinking of another
yeah.
YouTube member that we're not going to discuss right now because I don't know how public he's made that announcement. But we will see. Let's see here. Who dat's in the chat? Who dat? You're right, boy who had 7. What did he say? You can make anything magical as dad. Hey, that's true. That's a good one. Good call. Cyclops is okay if you have no other
LOL.
options.
No, it's one.
Oh my gosh. Biggie Sack says he's been with Melody for 14 years. Congrats, man. That's awesome. That is phenomenal. See, when my wife and we got married in 2002. What year is it now?
No, you didn't.
02? Yeah.
You did?
10/12/02 is my anniversary. So yeah, it's been 17 years now. This will be our 17th anniversary. That's just marriage years. Cyclops is the worst X-Men, says Caleb. There's so much hate, Kate. So much hate for Cyclops. So much hate.
That's so sad.
Melody Omania, brother. All right. We're going to get out of here. We thank you for coming. It's a slightly longer show than normal. Biggie, I'm going to get your email from Chad. Just kind of get together, chat a little bit, and see if we can do this AOK book club at some point. I think it'll be a lot of fun. What?
Same year.
I got married the same year. There it is. Boom. Boy Who Had 7 and I. Very kindred spirits, I think, in a lot of ways.
Okay. Also,
started dating in the 90s. I started dating in the year 1996 with my wife. That's how old I am. I think Perry was not alive yet. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'll send that over on IG. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate it. So yeah, I met my wife in 96 and then married in 02.
Caleb, do you remember the part in Waterboy where the coach pulls his pants down and says, "What Mama knows won't hurt her"?
What Mama don't know, don't hurt her. Yeah, we mentioned that we mentioned probably everything on Perry's show last night, but Waterboy came up a few times. Definitely true.
Of the Adam Sandler movies, I've seen 50 First Dates and Waterboy.
I think just those two. Yeah, they're not exactly age appropriate, but she does enjoy a good comedy. Dating is overrated, says Caleb. Got to test the waters. Find that right person. Make sure you make a good decision. All right. We are going to head out. Like I said, the link for Perry's video is in the description for this one. Go over there. Tell him the name of a movie he needs to watch. You can go right now, right as we're finishing up. Just zip over to his channel. Open the video. You don't even need to watch the 3-hour slog. Instead, just leave a link or leave a comment. Tell him a name of a movie he needs to watch. The year Perry was born, I saw Nirvana in concert. Kachung and I, man, we're on pace.
Little Nicky.
Let's see here. Little Nicky. These are the names of some movies that he did, that Adam Sandler did.
Big Daddy, yes.
Big Daddy, Happy Gilmore.
Billy Madison.
Is a great one.
Billy Madison.
Usually he named his movies after his characters. All right, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a nice weekend. I'll be on the Coast to Coast Comics show with Rod in about 8 hours. So I hope to see you there. Bye, guys.
Bye.